Hey everyone!
Hey, and welcome to After Hours here at Linda's Electric Quilters.
Yay!
We are super excited to be joining you this evening. We have a great product to show you.
We do.
We kind of gave you a sneak peek on Good Morning LEQ last week. That all starts to blend together.
I know, right? It does.
But we actually have the box here, and we're going to take you through an unboxing process of the ACCUSTITCH by ABM.
Yes, I cannot wait for you to see this and then see how it all works, so make sure you stay tuned and watch the whole video.
Definitely.
All right, let's
go ahead and go overhead, and we're going to take a look at the unboxing process and also show you the models that it is currently compatible with.
Awesome.
All right, so overhead here, this is the ACCUSTITCH stitch box that you'll be getting, okay? And we can open this up, and the unit that you will be having is right here. And you can pull that out of the packaging. Nice and gentle with it. Just like that. So this is the controller module that'll be on the back of the machine. And when we get over to the sewing machine, you'll get a visual of where all this is going to go.
Okay, that's cool.
And then this is the dual sensor technology that gets added to your machine.
The best part of that,
the best part of that. We'll take the rest of this out. We've got a charging cable and the charging block that gets plugged into the side of the module.
Perfect.
We have the new foot pedal that you'll be using, and this foot pedal is really cool on how it works. The way that you're using this foot pedal now is currently with the machine that you're going to have. It's more of that gas pedal. You have to kind of control it with your foot to get that right regulation.
Exactly.
Where with this one, with ACCUSTITCH, you're just going to press and hold it with your foot, and that's going to turn it on.
Yeah, so none of that up and down, trying to figure it out, moving your hand and your foot at the same time.
Yeah.
No multitasking.
That's gone. Now you just hold it down and you get just to move the fabric around, which is the best.
Perfect.
And then last but not least, you will have the port cord that gets added on to, I guess I can take it out of the bag, gets added onto the side of the module as well. And we'll show you all this once we get to the machine. But these are the little processes that you'll have. There will also be some stickies that come in. Mine decided to walk away because I already have it on my machine. But there will be some stickies that you'll place on the back of the ACCUSTITCH, and that gets attached to the back of the machine.
And there's a great install video that's been done that the link will be below that they can click and watch the install video.
Okay, so let's head over to the machine and look at how it's mounted on, and then of course how it's used.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this is what ACCUSTITCH looks like on the machine. It replaces this side of your needle plate that you had, and like I said, there's a wonderful installation video that we'll have linked below. But it does rock up, so you still have the ability to get to your bobbin case and your bobbin area. But with it down like this, you have a dual sensor on this, and this is a patented sensor by ABM. And one of the sensors is going to be able to track the movement of the fabric as you move, which is what other sensors on the market do now. But the ability to having a dual sensor is that the other sensor is going to track the rotation of the fabric. So as you're getting into points and curves, the machine isn't going to seize and kind of lose its regulation because of that dual sensor. They talk to one another, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So from here, if we follow around to the side of the machine, this is where you will have the module attached to. Again, remember we talked about during the unboxing that it's going to get stuck with some sticky to the back of the machine here. And this module is going to have a slider, and that's going to control the stitches per inch that you have. Now each machine's a little different, that's why numbers aren't associated with this, but all the way to the right here is going to give you your highest stitches per inch. With the machine that I'm on right now, normally comes out to about 12 to 14 stitches per inch from what I've tested. And then all the way to the left is going to give you a basting stitch. So in between those, you can kind of play with that slider to get it exactly where you want it. Now your new foot pedal is going to plug into the side of your module here, and that's going to control that stitch regulation. And remember, that's just a press and hold, and then you just move your fabric around and it's going to read from the sensors. There's no need to kind of gauge it. You just turn it on or turn it off. Now, if you want to go back to using your machine just as a straight stitch machine like you were using before, you don't have to take any of the ACCUSTITCH stuff off the machine. The only thing you have to do is unplug where the plug goes into where your old foot pedal was on the side of the machine. So I would just unplug this one, set that to the back, that's just my ACCUSTITCH plug, and I would plug in my old foot pedal back into the machine, and I'm going straight back to my regular straight stitch. Now if you want to go back to ACCUSTITCH, unplug your old foot pedal, plug in the ACCUSTITCH cord where your foot pedal was plugged in, and then you're back at ACCUSTITCH and you'll be using that new foot pedal. So let's take a look at some stitching. So I've got a piece here that I want to do some feather work in the flower petals right here. So I'm going to start by pulling up my thread. So we'll pull needle up, needle down, pull up our thread. And I do a couple of tie-off stitches with needle up, needle down. Now, one thing about our ACCUSTITCH, if you press and hold your pedal, like you're going to start moving, and you kind of just move back and forth, it's going to do little tie-off stitches for you as well to kind of lock that down, which is really, really nice.
Oh, that's cool.
And then once you start moving, it'll really start gauging that stitch regulation, but you can at least get those tie-offs while it's going.
One more bonus.
So now I just get to start moving it around. And it's going to gauge my stitch regulation just based on how I'm moving. If you get uncomfortable with your hands, feel free to move your hands and then get them back in place, because it's going to stop once you take your pedal off, or your foot off the pedal. And I can move this around. And then I can kind of follow, do some stitch in the ditch on the way back. Take it a little slower, because we all like to do stitch in the ditch a little bit slower. Jump through here. Change my hand placement to get more comfortable with it. And here we go.
So you can kind of actually identify the technology right now, because when you slow down, it's literally slowing down the fabric. When you slow down
Just like
the
a long
movement,
arm, yeah.
and then, but when you move the fabric, it's speeding up.
Right.
So yeah.
And this is just a wonderful tool for those that are doing quilting on their sit-down machines right now, or if you're looking into getting into quilting but you just don't have the space for a long arm. This is where, my hands are getting uncomfortable, so I gotta move them. This is where something like this really comes in handy, especially from the price point that's super cost effective.
Yeah, exactly.
You're able to add this onto your existing straight stitch machine. And that compatibility list that we showed you earlier is just at launch, because this product is so new. They will be adding new, or different models, not new models, but different models to that list. ABM's always constantly innovating and adding new things. So if you don't see your machine just yet, you know, don't be sad, don't be afraid. You know, something will, you know, come out. Hands are getting uncomfortable. Move it again. You want to try, Mom?
You know, I am enjoying watching you. You're doing such a great job.
That was a good cover-up. Alright, so I can finish off right here. And then I'm going to come in and do some spirals here just to show you how the dual sensor really helps out a lot in this process with the rotation and the movement. So we'll move here to the center. And now I'm going to do some spiral work. Into this, and then back out the center. And as you're seeing, since I'm going in and out of this, it's not, you know, seizing up or anything like that. I can easily get it to do what I need it to do. Move my fabric a little fast there. But there we go. Just like that.
Looks good.
I like it. So then whenever you're done, you can trim your threads at the beginning. You could do your tie-offs again. So I'm just holding it with the pedal down and slowly moving the fabric to do some tie-offs. I'll pull up my needle, back away from it, come back while holding that top thread, take that single stitch, and then trim your bobbin away.
Perfect.
So bam, just like that.
All right, I want to see some ruler work.
You want to see some ruler work? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me grab a 4x8 template real quick. And I'm really enjoying doing ruler work on this ACCUSTITCH. It makes it really easy to do, since you're moving the whole project at one time as opposed to moving the machine. It's a little easier to kind of keep things braced and to do stitch in the ditch and ruler work. So I've got thread pulled up, do a couple of tie-off stitches here, and then what I can do is just grab my ruler, and I'm going to kind of take my hand, use your pinky on the side of the ruler to kind of brace it against the foot. And then we can just move it right along. Once you get to where you want to turn, just turn that ruler. We'll go this way. Again, brace it with your pinky and your thumb. And move it along your project. And just keep turning. As far as you want to go. Turn here. And then let's go up here a little bit. And then let's say maybe we want to do some vertical lines down that. We can get this in alignment and then push that way. Maybe hop over a little bit, hopping foot distance. Put that ruler up against that again, line it up with that previously stitched line, and pull it towards you. Maybe hop over again and do it again. What do you think, Mom?
Well, that's good. You can also use the line, but also use the lines on the ruler too.
Right, to get you distance markers if
Yeah.
you want to do things a little bit further apart.
Yeah.
If we wanted to do stitch in the ditch around this, even though this is a curve, it still can help you with ruler work. So you can grab that ruler and kind of brace it against it, and then slowly move around and do your stitch in the ditch. Just like that.
Perfect. Love it.
So now I feel like I need to finish off the inside of this. It's going to drive me crazy. So we'll turn it this way. We'll do little tiny feathers. Over here. Travel down. This down.
Those are cute.
There you go.
They're definitely tiny feathers.
The tiny little baby feathers. And they fit the little triangle that I made there. And take that off so you can see it better. So there you go. Just like that. So easily adding on stitch regulation to a good list of straight stitch machines using this ACCUSTITCH, and you can, within 2 to 5 minutes, that installation doesn't take long at all. You could be doing some beautiful stuff just like this. So, what'd you think?
So fun. So
I
cool.
love it.
Like,
it's so cute.
you know, that is so, I want to say easy, but
It is.
it's easy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Definitely, I can see that being such a great tool for a new beginner, a new user.
Yeah.
Even if somebody's been doing it for a while too.
Totally.
But like if for me, if I've never touched a machine, sewing machine or even a long arm, but I want to start quilting.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to put that kind of a huge amount into it yet.
Right.
Perfect way to start.
Right, and it gives you this amazing, like you said, this tool that kind of helps ease you into it. And
Yeah.
once you get going on that, you really kind of get your flow and you understand how it works together.
Yeah.
And you're not having to then gauge, okay, how hard do I need to press the pedal versus how hard do I need to move the fabric. It's just going at your pace.
Exactly.
Which
That's
is
and
absolutely
that was
the
my
best
fear
part.
of getting on is because I'm used to being on a sewing machine when you have me test.
Oh, yeah.
A few times
Those are
anyway.
fun. I should upload that
And I'm
footage.
like pushing it all the way to the pedal to the metal, basically. And I'm like, oh, it's not going to work. I can't do this. But no, that doesn't do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so definitely make sure to check out the ACCUSTITCH on our website, www.longarmsupplies.net. Will also be linked below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment below or give us a call.
Sounds great.
Awesome. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.